I want to take a little bit deeper dive with de-essing. Don't just de-ess. There's a lot of energy in those S's and a lot of performance and a lot of vibe. One of my dear friends, Ron Fair, won't let me de-ess. He says that there's so much energy and vibe and emotion there. I'm going to show you a couple of techniques. First of all, you see these little footballs here? Well, those are S's. When these are not S's, and you can go through the track, and they're just real easy to pick out. There's one right there, right?
Plays a song.
Let's find another one. Oh, there's one I already messed with. Okay, let's do a little test. Is that an S? What do you think? Nah, wasn't an S. I knew it wasn't an S. Let's find one more and then we'll get this nonsense over with. Has a lot of high frequencies, but it's not an S. Find one more and then we're going to hit on. That looked like an S. Let me see if I'm right. Can't fool me. Okay, let's go back to the one that I chose this one because it had a lot going on. It's a little tough because you got two things at the same time. There's two S's. There's one here, and there's one here. Now, I wanted to show you this because I wanted to show you how I would work with them. So let me show you the part of the song.
Every time he plays a song, somebody
plays a song. Okay, plays a song. Okay, now let's try. I've already shown you a couple of de-essers. I like the Waves gray one. A lot of de-essers are really good. The old analog DBX 902 is really good. This is one of my current favorites. And the reason is, I showed this to you earlier, it helps you isolate things. So if we want to see what we're doing, so that's what we're going to take out. The audition off. So let's hear it in the track.
every time he plays a song, somebody. Every time he plays a song, somebody. Every time he plays a song, somebody. Every time he plays a song, somebody falls in love.
It sounds like he's got a lisp, right? So that's one technique. What I like to do is I like to have two de-essers. One is kind of gentle.
Every time he plays a song, somebody.
And
every time he plays a song, somebody falls in love.
And then the other one grabs it.
Every time he plays a song, somebody falls.
Okay, that's kind of sweet. Now, what I'll do is I'll take another de-esser. This is a Massey. It gives me a lot of control too. I'm gonna this is the amount I'm gonna take off. Watch this.
Every time he plays a song, every time he plays a song, somebody falls in love. Every time he plays a song, somebody.
A lot of people don't. The plugin comes up like this. A lot of people don't even know that it gives you more options. I like to.
Every time he plays a song, somebody falls in love. Every time he plays a song, somebody falls in love. Every time he plays a song, somebody falls.
Yeah, right, Dave.
Every Every time he plays a song, somebody falls in love.
Now, some people would still take a little more out. Me personally, I like that energy. Now, another option is to do this. Let's start here.
Every time he plays a song, somebody falls. Every time he plays a song, somebody falls in love.
Watch this.
Every time he plays a song, somebody falls.
Now, what I'd probably do to get it really perfect is I'd probably do this. Can't see the line. Oh, there it is.
Every time he plays a song, somebody falls in love.
So you see what I'm saying? The automation gives you a lot more control, and you're lowering the entire part of that word. Now, if you take the Massey, it can it can actually make it a little smoother.
Every time he plays a song, somebody falls in love.
Don't like it. I don't like it. Let's try something else. Let's see what this guy sounds like.
Every time he plays a song, somebody.
That doesn't mean the Massey's bad or wrong. I'm using it at the end of the chain. This is using it at the beginning of the chain. And you might say, well, Dave, why don't you just EQ it out? Well, that's a whole different sound. See, sometimes we want that frequency in this word.
Every time he plays a song, somebody falls. Somebody falls in love.
There's different words that you don't want to take that 10K out. It's like going hunting butterflies with a bazooka.
Somebody falls in love. Somebody falls in love.
So if you take the 10K out of that, it's not going to sound right. Combinations of things work, but the main thing is to just make sure you keep the energy going. And by the way, this is Saida Garrett, one of the great singers of all time. She wrote "Man in the Mirror." You can see the S's that I drew out here when I mix the song. I hear songs all the time that are over de-essed, and you're missing a lot of opportunities to keep the energy there. So be careful. And by the way, when you're in the studio, the S's always sound louder than when you leave. Like I told you, Ron Ferry used to have me leave them, and sometimes I'd go, man, those are so loud, and then I'd hear it on the radio, and they sounded right. So be careful about your monitor. And I'm monitoring really good rooms. I'm blessed, but they just seem to get quieter when they leave you, and when you focus on them, that's all you hear. So you've got to train your brain not to focus on them. It's probably best not to do too many in one day, and if you do, try not to let it go out until you hear it fresh the next morning in your car or something. S's are wonderful things.